right, so welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744, and today, guys, we're gonna do a live reaction to PSG versus Spurs. So we're gonna do this quick reaction, guys. I'm not gonna do this for too long, so we're gonna stick around, guys. And so, like I said, we're gonna be live, for maybe like 30 minutes is what I'm planning. Maybe shorter. I don't know. We'll see how people join, I guess. So, um, yeah, let's go ahead and let people know we're live. Um, So, um, let people know we're live. So let's see, we got in here a chat house. So Pookie says, "Sup, thank you for joining, Pookie." So I've already given my thoughts on this video. Of course, you guys can check the video out. I did a little quick video before the stream, so hopefully we can get some guests on here. And yeah, we'll see if any guest joins. I don't know if we'll see if any guest joins. So yeah, so links out there in the community tab if you want to join. You're more than welcome to, as we discuss this game. So. Um, all right, so hello, thank you for joining TTNS. So let's give our quick thoughts on this. So let's start with where do you even start? Let's start with Spurs. The weird thing is that I thought Spurs were actually for real, but then typical, typical Spurs, they collapse.
They're back to normal.
Do you think that was just they got lucky, or do you think they're actually going to be better than last season?
No, I think last season, I think people underestimate. Listen, it's a bit difficult for me to clown on them too much because they beat my club in a final, of course. But I do feel like that people overestimate Spurs because of that Europa League final. Because both teams were garbage. It was simply a matter of that, and they was really, really bad in the Premier League last season, 17th. I feel like people don't realize how bad that is. And
sorry to cut you off. But even if United did win that game, I still think PSG would have beaten United.
I mean, yeah. I don't even. Yeah, I mean, yeah. For this cup final, it didn't make a difference. I don't think, but yeah, I think I mean Spurs. Yeah, I think Thomas Frank is a decent manager, but personally, I don't think. I think he's one of those managers who can't do well at like a top football club, and Spurs isn't really exactly a top football club, but they are in the Big Six, so I suppose just that. So yeah, I think he'll be an improvement on Postecoglou, I think, because he's a better manager. But yeah, I don't see him long term. I don't see him being the man who gets Spurs to where they want them to be.
Do you think he's better than Ange Postecoglou?
Yeah, they said that. Yeah, he's a better manager. That's why they went for him.
Oh, sorry. I mean, Spurs have made some good business this summer. To be fair, like they bought Paulinho.
But I mean, that gives White saga was ridiculous.
Yeah, and they obviously let go of Son, which was probably a tough decision for them, but I think it was the right decision, to be fair.
No, it's just, he didn't even start him last season.
Yeah, so he needed to go. And let's see what else. Spurs, yeah, as I said, they needed to do that. So I do feel like Spurs will not be as bad as last season, but I don't think they'll be as.
They can't be worse. They'll be delegated if they do. They can't be worse.
Yeah, they can't be worse. Sorry about that. Oh man, I should have made my Premier League predictions today because I made them yesterday and I put Spurs 7. Even though some people
that's not a bad job though. I think that's reasonable.
I think that's reasonable.
No. Even an Arsenal fan told me they would put them 5th. I was like, nah, I think 7. I think I mean, what's the difference really? That there's not that big of a difference. I mean, I think 7th. You know, I'm not gonna change it now, but like, you know, I can show it later. But I don't think 7th is a bad take, right? Like, I think it's fairly
decent. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I want to let's start with Spurs. We'll get to the winners PSG, but I want to start with Spurs. Well, let's start with the losers. I suppose first. I think for Spurs, as said, like I feel like this is like Spurs, like one of those teams that can play really well and then play really terrible. Like they're a team that's super inconsistent, and I feel like Spurs on their day can be a very good team. Like we know what this team is.
That can be said about any team though. Any team on their day can be good technically. Like literally.
I mean, I mean, that's true, but I feel like it's really especially true for Spurs. I feel like Spurs is really true because we've seen this team. This team has been able to beat like top teams like Manchester City, um, and then United. But then when it comes to then they lose against like I don't know like Leeds or like what Wolves, like that's what they are,
Yeah.
So like you never know what we can get with Spurs. Like I don't think there's many big teams that consistently beat the big teams and then lose against teams they shouldn't be. Spurs the team that embodies that in my opinion. So
I don't think people realize that Spurs, in my opinion, they can never be better than they were in 2019. Like because that team, you can never, in my opinion, just top that team because you had one of the best.
You gotta win the Premier League and the Champions League technically to top that, right? Like you gotta do that.
I mean,
like, let's be honest. Let's be honest now. Like.
Yeah, but I also mean in terms of just assembling the team because I feel like you had players like Dele Alli and Christian Eriksen in their primes in the same team. You had Harry Kane there. You had Son in his prime. You had Sissoko. You had Van Trogen and Alderweireld. You had Rodriguez when he was good. In my opinion, I don't think, and I think Spurs fans themselves don't realize this. In my opinion, they won't ever reach the level of that team ever again, and that team didn't even win anything. So.
You think that 2019 team was the best version of Spurs of all time?
Yeah, I think they won't get better than that. Like in terms of their foot, they could get lucky one year and maybe I don't know and do something, but like they did last year. But in terms of a pure footballing team, I don't think they can ever top that.
Yeah. Because some people are gonna say, "Oh, look, last year they won the trophy, so that means they're better than the one that reached the Champions League," which is stupid, by the way. Let me just say this right now, because first of all, that's a Europa League. You can't compare Europa League to a Champions League one, right?
Yeah.
So that makes no sense to me. So I feel like for Spurs, I'm really curious to see how they do this season because I feel like this is a team that could be a sleeper team. That maybe they could do something in Champions League. They could maybe do something in Champions League.
I think they're gonna get ran off the park in the Champions League.
I agree. I don't think they have a squad depth. They only signed like 1 or 2 players this summer.
Yeah, it's not just they don't have the experience, they don't have the squad for it. I think Frank also like Champions League is different. Like, you gotta.
Yeah, that's true.
Thomas Frank, like I think he's a good coach, but Champions League, it's not just about coaching. Because if it was just about coaching, what happened? I don't want to talk about, but you know what I mean. Like then it wouldn't have happened. So like, it's like you gotta actually have I think they just don't have it. But to be fair, I don't know what their expectation is in Champions League. I guess try to make round of 16. I don't think they can really go for
the playoffs. I think.
Yeah,
playoffs.
Yeah.
I think,
but especially with this expanded Champions League, now it's even harder to really make it to round of 16. So yeah, that's the thing.
For me, I'm gonna say I think it's round of 16 most. I don't think they can get past round of 16, and even that I think is a bit generous. But at the same time, though, as much as we say that, though, you never know. You never know what you're gonna expect because many of us thought before this game that PSG would smash Spurs, like it was be a no contest. This match would be uploaded in like its old websites. People are saying that before the game.
I mean, I said that about before the Chelsea game as well, and they smashed Chelsea. The thing is, I'm gonna be honest. It's because like I'm literally been hoping that a team like really gets beat badly after what they did to us. The only one was Real Madrid, and even they only lost 4-0. It's like it's been kind of peak. Like no team is getting cooked like this.
And you have to agree with this. When you expect a smashing to occur, it usually doesn't occur. It usually doesn't.
And nobody expected smashing to occur for the final, but it occurred. That's the thing. It just happens differently.
That's the thing. That's like when you least expect it, it happens. But when you most expect it, it doesn't happen.
I expected PSG to smash Chelsea. Instead, complete opposite happened. Complete opposite.
That's
that's football. That's football for you. That's why we watch the sport. It's not math.
Because
it's football.
Yeah, like if it was math, bro, if it was math, it would be too boring. Like I would check out the sport if it was so that simple. Like, yeah, what's the point of watching this?
It's not mathematics where you just do like 1 + 1 = 2, or like try to solve like subtraction and division.
No. Let's be real. Like we love football because of its unpredictability. If it was predictable, we wouldn't be invested in it.
Now, if it happens to your team, then you're like, oh, no. If it happens to your team, but from a neutral perspective, that's why I watch this game. That's why.
So,
yeah.
I feel like for Spurs, as I said, they are a good team. I do feel like they put up a good fight, and to be fair, they did better than most people probably expected them to. But at the same time, though, is this PSG team getting overhyped? Because now we have to segue to PSG.
Okay,
because I do feel like
about this. Actually, no, Titanes, you can go first. I know you have something to say.
Actually, wait, hold on. Before we do that, let's go read the comments. Let's read what you guys think.
Sure.
That's PSG. Game changer when Ramos came on. Yeah, I mean, I think it came on.
Yeah. I don't think he's that good still, personally. But,
doesn't mean Spurs over Inter. Ooh.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is, okay. You know what I'm gonna say? I would genuinely be impressed if anyone somehow played as bad or worse than we did against PSG. Like that takes skill. Like, that it's harder to play good. It's harder to play bad, worse than that, than play better than that. It takes skill to play that badly.
Definitely, you and I would do worse.
Yeah. Now, if you mean squad-wise, I disagree because I still think squad-wise our team is better than. Although the thing is, our team, it's going through its own phase right now. But I mean, Spurs play better against. But again, as I said, it takes skill, serious skill, to play worse than we played against PSG. Really takes skill for that.
Yeah. So let's be real. Is Spurs better than Inter? Like you can probably say in terms of performance against PSG, probably I would say. But we have to also put this in consideration. PSG are coming off a long season. And I just heard this, by the way. I even say this in my video. They had not played a game after the Club World Cup final. They weren't on.
And also the whole circumstances, Spurs, they got a fresh new manager, but, fresh ideas. Inter were coming into it while Inzaghi was speaking to Al-Hilal leading up to the final. Yeah. Everything about, and we bought the Scudetto. So,
and also here's the thing with the Spurs team. Like, did we talk about any of those players, the best players in the world? Not really.
No.
Maybe Romero. Maybe Romero.
No, he's not up there. I would say he's a good.
He's not better than Bastoni. Not even comparable. Like,
no, he's
whereas
not up
Inter, we talk about like Barella, we talk about Bastoni, like we talk about them as the best players in the positions in the world. So for me, no, I still think Inter is better than Spurs.
Yeah, again, that final, it's not just about again, as I said, I'm not trying to excuse or anything, but it's different circumstances. You got to take every context into account what happened. And I think Spurs, but to Spurs' credit, they made it very competitive, and they nearly won. But unfortunately, as Chiellini would say, it's the history of the Tottenham. It always bites back. It always bites back.
PSG still on their holidays, in my opinion. PSG or Rusty, so don't react to this slow.
Yeah.
So let's talk about PSG. So should we overreact to this or just say, oh, it's the UEFA Super Cup? Let's not get too reactionary.
It's a Super Cup. At the end of the day, it's a Super. I think you have to keep in mind that PSG also have to get there. I think Chevalier obviously had a very bad game today, apart from penalties, but I think you have to let him first adapt a bit to the league. I mean, keep in mind that I feel like there is a trend nowadays. I feel like goalkeepers now, people don't realize nowadays that goalkeepers do also have to adapt to leagues. You see goalkeepers like Onana and Robert Sanchez in goal, and you think that immediately after a mistake from a keeper, you think that they're just bad players, which isn't really the case. I mean, people forget that Courtois was absolute garbage in his first season at Real Madrid, and he ended up single-handedly saving them in the Champions League final. So I think you have to be a bit more patient about things like that. And also signed Zabani as well. I think he's a very good defender from the Premier League, and I think Marquinhos was their weak link, and I think Zabani takes care of that. And yeah, I still have PSG going back to back this season in the Champions League because I personally don't see a better starting 11 than them in world football, and they also have great depth with Barcola, Ramos, then they have Zabani as well. If added him, and yeah, I still think Luis Enrique is one of the best managers in world football. So yeah, I still have them winning the Champions League this season, and I think if they won't win it, I think they'll get at least to the semi. Still go very far. I think they'll have a good season. So I still think they're the best team in the world, and yeah, not Chelsea. They are the best team in the world, not fucking Chelsea.
Okay. Let's hear from Doodle, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I do think PSG is still probably the best team in the world, but I don't have them going back to back because, and here's why I'm gonna explain why. I think they can make it far, potentially in the far, but I don't think they're gonna make it all the way. I don't think they're gonna go back to back. One, because I just feel like this is something that Real Madrid probably have it exclusive for themselves, gatekeeping it. That's the thing, because it's crazy. But also too, because I just feel like I even commented this, and Chelsea kind of showed it, and even Spurs. It's I think this PSG team's problem can be if teams sit back in a deep block and get very physical with them. That kind of if teams basically try to rattle them during games and they're not controlling the game, the game can remember the Aston Villa game, when Aston Villa nearly made that comeback. That's the thing. I feel like they really thrive a lot on momentum. And I feel like if a momentum shifts from PSG's hands, it can get really tricky. And I just feel like in Champions League, especially in that kind of a competition, that can help in a lot. So I'm not saying PSG cannot go back to back. I just don't see it happening. But I'm not saying that they're scrubs or anything. I just think there's going to be a team that finds a way to make use of their moments against them. I don't know, either in quarterfinals or like semifinals, maybe even in the final. I don't know. It's just that's how I feel like. But like, I'm not like that's just my thoughts though. And I'll say this though, I also don't think Super Cup should really be taken into too much context because I mean, we saw Crystal Palace beat Liverpool in the Community Shield. So are we suddenly now saying Liverpool cannot win the league? I mean, they might not. I'm not saying they. I mean, I predict them to win it still. I still think Liverpool win. And by the way, Liverpool, I think, is going to be one of those teams that could potentially knock PSG out. I think they're going to be one of the favorites for the Champions League as well. But I mean, it's just I think that you know what's funny though. About Chevalier, I even tweeted saying I thought that Donnarumma would win Paris the champion before this game. I think Donnarumma probably would have won them arguably because I now said I'm not sure how he's going to do in penalties. Well, he did fine. So there's that. But I do wonder though that where Donnarumma actually goes though. Like I've been hearing that Manchester United could get him, but I feel like now I don't know. Yeah, Man City. I don't know. Does it make sense though? I know United makes sense because I mean maybe those teams
I don't think we would. I don't think we would want him as well because and also very strict about the wage structure and he'd likely demand at least 250K.
I mean, you do need an upgrade on Onana though. I don't think he can be.
Yeah. But we have other options like Lamens from.
Would you take him though? Would you have taken Donnarumma? You would have taken him, right?
So Donnarumma.
He's better than Onana, but
that's not hard to be fair. Yeah,
it's not hard, but I prefer Lamens personally because I even sent a compilation of mistakes he's made in the Champions League alone in the server, and of course it's all goalkeepers make mistakes, but I feel like he's made like I feel like people overhype him a bit because apart from the Euros and last season in the Champions League, he hasn't.
No, he cost them a lot. I was saying this as well. Like he cost them a lot, and honestly, even this season, like even against the when first half of the season when PSG were not as good, and we're dropping many points.
Yeah.
Even in those games, I remember the Atletico Madrid game specifically. Like he's a great keeper. I think he's a really good keeper. He does have it though. I do think he's a bit overrated though. I don't want to take into account. I mean, his distribution has always been garbage. Like even at Milan, he could not.
And even commanding the box.
Yeah, and I think coming out of his line and all those were like he's very big, but sometimes he does like kind of lose concentration on those as well. But I think he could have been good for you. I mean, to be fair, like, anyone can be better than Onana right now. That's not really saying much, but. Yeah, I can hear what you're saying, but I don't know if City really need him unless they sell Ederson because I don't know another keeper.
The thing is, I think Ederson he's not good at shot stopping, but like
it's such a better shot stopper. Absolutely.
But it's such a 180 because they're going from someone who's not very good shot stopper, but probably the best in distribution of world football to the complete opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So let me ask you. So
sure.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So is Donnarumma leaving PSG for sure?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, his contract ends in a year. They're not going to lose him for free. So they're going to sell him.
Okay. So I guess that's why
But the thing is, I think he could run his contract down because I don't see him taking a wage cut. But the thing is, it's a World Cup year, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's a World Cup. I mean, to be fair, Italy might not qualify. So then again.
They're not.
But the thing is, like, for him is that he's already won everything there is in PSG. He's won the Champions League, the league, everything. And sure, I
would take him here, to be fair. One, because that would absolutely piss off the Milan fans.
Oh, my jeez.
But also because I think he would be very good. But again, I don't see us doing it because, the wage structure is our wage structure would be absolutely decimated if we do it. But it would be comedy. It would be very hilarious, though.
And also, I personally think there are better options on the market for goalkeepers who are more more value for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Donnarumma is obviously better than Chevalier. I think we can all agree with that.
I mean, it's right. But early days, in my opinion. Early days. I think because there's a reason why PSG bought him.
Chevalier is 23, right? Something like that.
23, yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty young. I mean, he's going to be their long-term goalkeeper if he turns out good. Yeah. So there's that. At least they have that succession plan going on now.
Yeah, And he's French as well. It's kind of a local.
Also, let's not forget, Donnarumma was a free agent signing for PSG, so they'll be making pure profit if they do sell him. So there's that also.
Yeah. All right, let's do some comments. Like I said, we're not going to be here for too long. It's kind of a short. We actually just have one game. This is Uefa Super Cup, so let's read some comments. PSG have played the maximum amount of matches possible, 24-25. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Intro over Spurs for sure. Boy said, yo, Chevalier made a mistake, yeah, but he also made 2 big saves keeping PSG.
Yeah.
And that's also, the sad thing with goalkeepers that every time a mistake is made, everyone just criticizes the mistake, just focus on the mistake. But nobody actually talks about the game. Like, I remember Neuer, I think 2 seasons ago, he was incredible against Real Madrid. But they made one mistake and everybody blamed him.
Yeah, and they got knocked out.
Yeah, that's just the harsh reality of a goalkeeper is that when you make a mistake, and especially leads to your team like getting eliminated, most people aren't going to remember the saves you made in the game. They're just going to remember the mistake.
Yeah.
So,
like, you can't judge it based off of just mistakes. As you said, like, Courtois was pretty poor for Real Madrid in his first season. And against Onana, I mean, to be fair, Onana, I think, after 2 seasons, that's different. Like, I think after 1 season, you can't, I mean, it depends, right? Like,
Yeah.
Depends
I think
on the player,
after the first season, I think you judged him for real.
Yeah. But, like, after 2 seasons, it's like, nah.
Yeah.
Now it's like, but like, yeah, so like we all know, like sometimes it's a confidence thing, sometimes it's that, sometimes these kind of things. So I will say, so like you should not judge. Also, it's Super Cup. It's not like a Champions League final. He made a mistake in.
Yeah, not too much of a bad game to me. Van Dijk looks very old though. Pep wants Donnarumma to share the role with Ederson.
That would not make sense. That just makes sense. You're paying your goalkeepers like so much, like
student like master.
No, yeah. I don't think Donnarumma's gonna be Manchester City. I don't think that's gonna happen.
But I have to go somewhere.
The thing is, okay, where I think he would land actually very perfectly? I think Chelsea, because they do need to upgrade over Sanchez, I think. That would be
Robert Sanchez.
But I don't know if I think who's the manager right now, or still Maresca. So I still think he might stick with Sanchez because he's been doing well for him. He did well for them in the World Cup.
Yeah, but I think if you gave him an option, I just think Chelsea would make Chelsea to Donnarumma to Chelsea. I just feel like makes sense on paper at least, like because they could be. I don't know. I just don't see him staying at PSG for like a year, just running down his contract. Like I just don't see it. I just think PSG is gonna sell him ultimately. Probably for less than they hope, though. That's my guess. Probably less than they actually want.
Yeah, Van Dijk looks very old though. Well, I gifted memberships, guys. So I got 10 memberships for free every month. So congratulations to those who wanted. Donnarumma turned up in the knockouts. Yeah, he was good in the knockouts. He became clutch in the knockouts. Made a lot of important saves. I reckon a Saudi move for 1 year may happen for Donnarumma. Right, geez. Here he goes to Saudi.
Donald.
So some probably forgot how bad he was in league phase. Well,
yeah,
he was not great. He was not great in league phase. Box says 80. We'll give Chelsea a public apology. We have the Barca club to associate where he's been treated. No, I'm not giving an apology.
What's that about?
Yeah.
Sorry, I wait. Ter Stegen needs to leave the club. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean Barcelona. I mean you got Joan Garcia now, and let's be honest, you're not paying Donnarumma those wages.
But the thing is, they haven't even registered him yet.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah. Anyways, let's stick on topic, guys. Let's not get But so okay, before round up, guys, let's do the final question here, guys. Will PSG do back-to-back Champions Leagues? I'm gonna say no, and my reasoning is that I feel like what's going to hurt PSG the most isn't even the other teams. I just think it's themselves. I think themselves is the biggest.
My also reasoning is that I said no. It's not just because of what I explained, but also because like I have seen many great teams just not do a back-to-back. It's again, as I said, I feel like Real Madrid has a gatekeeper. Like you have to have some kind of Real Madrid is a different kind of a club in Champions League, right? They're a different kind of a club. I just think you need to have like not only like right tactics and not only like right, because the thing is when you're the winner, everyone wants to beat you. Like you're the team that you're the winner, right? So everyone wants to beat you. It's like even harder. They study you even more, and they're even more motivated against you. And then also you got to factor in now your fatigue, your everything, your tactics, and your mental side of things. Like really, like you also got to be like very focused. And if you say that I want to go back to back, there's a lot of pressure under that. Also, you're gonna be in pressure. So That's a big expectation. So I just think that's why it's just not going to happen. They can go far, but I just don't think they're going to do it back to back. That's my thinking.
And because here's the thing with the PSG is that I just feel like for me, the mentality of this team is also there because
if they get rattled. If they get rattled like they did against Chelsea, and even today, like even or even against Aston Villa, like they get rattled, they can lose control.
And also, I feel like another thing that's going to also hurt them is complacency. I feel like they could get arrogant, say, "Oh, this is a team we should be. We should."
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, that happened to many teams before, with many.
So, and for me, I don't think this PSG team is on the level of like I don't think this PSG team is the level of Barca 2011, Real Madrid.
I mean, 2015 Barcelona didn't go back to back. 2013 Bayern didn't go back to back. So like,
I don't think this PSG team is on the level of those teams. Mm-hmm. So that for me, and but like I said, guys, it's really hard to say because the only way we'll find out is.
But the thing I'll say though is that maybe works in PSG's favor is that football is right now like one day you could be absolutely garbage, but then the next day you could be one of the best teams in the world. I think it's
that's
that kind of an era.
We saw last season where PSG were they the best season in the Champions League from start to finish. No,
not from start to finish. That's the thing. But that's also why I just don't see them doing it because many teams that were great from start to finish didn't do it. So
one thing to keep in mind is that they can literally play the reserves in the league.
That's actually a good point. That is a good point. They can just rotate in the league. I agree. But I don't know. Also, I just think Bayern Munich can be said about Bayern Munich as well, though, in the past. And they still didn't do it. So I don't know.
And also, like we saw today, that PSG pretty much won the game because of substitutions. They can bring players off the bench. Like you can bring Gonzalo Ramos, you can bring Kang and Lee on, you can bring Fabian Ruiz on.
Yeah.
Like the squad. They have the squad. So they are definitely one of the favorites. They are one of the favorites of the Champions League. There's no getting away from that.
Yeah.
I know that disputes that is just an idiot. But will they do it? That's the difficult part. And
we have to see. We have to see. It's just there's going to be a lot of good. I just think last season, there's going to be better teams this season. Like, you're going to have to see, like, I don't know. Like, we have to see just how it goes. This is why, like, this new footballing season, it's going to be, like, very interesting because we got to really see, like, how teams are able to adapt. Like, and that's ultimately what it's going to come down to.
Yeah. Let's read some guys' comments. PSG can do back-to-back. But will they? Not sure. It's used to ask. Only Madrid have done it. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah. In modern era, only Madrid have done it. Yeah.
Yeah. I fear, sadly, this season, Barca might just win the CL for real.
For me,
they could.
For me, they just don't have a defense. I mean, you still have a
That's the thing, right.
The less said about the guy, the better. What's we up there? Conte still redemption arc this season.
No.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. And Napoli, the sun will explode sooner before Napoli wins the Champions League. That's not gonna happen.
Okay, guys. Just for art, just for entertainment, just for like a football story. If Napoli wins the Champions this season,
you're not seeing me ever again.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. Dude, no. Do you know how many Napoli fans have been like, how many pissed off, and like how many of them have been like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, no, you know what? I don't want a Napoli. I better not see that because oh my God, they're so arrogant over a fourth Scudetto. At UCL, they would not shut the hell up for like the next 500 years.
Okay. I have a question for Doodle, and then I'll get to Tanjai. Doodle, would you rather have Napoli win the Champions League or Milan or Juventus?
Oh, Napoli, always.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That's like, come on, bro. That's like, yeah, obviously. Like, what?
But yeah,
I don't hate Napoli. I just don't like. I just think they're arrogant. Their fans are arrogant, and it just would be so cringe. But like, that's different from hate. Like,
yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie,
they're reserved.
Okay, not gonna lie, guys. From a neutral point of view, okay, let's put our biasness aside. Everything from a neutral point of view, maybe excluding Doodle here. If Napoli do win the Champions League season, would that be the most interesting? Would that be very interesting?
Since Porto, pretty much.
Yeah, that would actually be a really interesting story.
It would be, but it's not going to happen because Conte and UCL sucks, and Napoli have never even made the semifinal of Champions League, so it's not going to happen.
It's weird though because like Conte and follows a similar style concept of football to Mourinho, but he flops in his
Mourinho, he just the thing with Mourinho is he really he excels in knockout competitions. Conte does not. Conte just does not have it in him.
And Mourinho, I think, is more like he's not as stubborn. I think, what I can't say.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Mourinho is very stubborn, but Conte is stubborn. I mean, Italian coaches in general are like hella stubborn. They're very extremely stubborn.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's hear from Tenedita, man. So, Tenedita, man, what's your thoughts, man? PSG, man. Should we overreact to this, or It's just a Super Cup at the end of the day.
Actually, I think if you take away the typical Spurs, like bottling and all that, actually they were really good. Not gonna lie. I think it's kind of why like I know like a couple of Spurs fans personally, and they're kind of like, oh no, like they're not going to do as well. And it's the same thing with the same vibe with his club, Man United, whereby like yeah, terrible season last season, but like everyone's on a clean slate, and from this game alone against PSG. Look, also this is PSG's first game in a month, so like can't really say too much. And their season starts in like a week and a half or something. But yeah, I think for Spurs, at least they don't have a trophy this season yet, but they could win the Champions League. But overall, good performance, I think, from Spurs, apart from the last like 10 minutes or whatever of the game it was. And it was a really good goal by Lee Kang-in that brought PSG back into the game, and then eventually got the 2-2 draw, and then just went to penalties, and it's just penalties. So, yeah, I think overall, not a bad game, I guess. Just got our Tottenham back, we would say. As for PSG, as I said, it's only been like it's been a month since they last played, so not really going to take too much into them not being that good. Oh, is this a continuation of the Chelsea loss last month? No, because it's in a way the goalkeeping as well from Xavier wasn't that good in today's game. If it was Donnarumma, maybe PSG wins without the penalty shootout, but they won anyway. So yeah, I don't think overall one of the aspirations for PSG is to obviously defend the Champions League title, but I'll say this, it's in a similar vein of like when Man City won the Champions League a couple years ago, whereby what's next? What's next for this PSG team? Like they've already achieved what they wanted for 15 years since the new owners. So what's next? Like just win League One again or something? Like I don't know what's the next phase of this PSG team, because now every season before last it was like, can they win the UCL? Can they win the UCL and all that? And now they have. Now this is the first Champions League season that PSG have pressure on them. And we saw maybe like under pressure in the Chelsea game in the Club World Cup, a little bit of pressure, and they lose. It could have been a similar result today if Spurs weren't Spurs. But yeah, I think overall, I don't really see, like people are probably still putting PSG as a first or second favorite to win the Champions League this coming season, but I'm just not sure with them in terms of like, can they actually defend the Champions League title? Because I don't think, because when Man City won the Champions League the season after, I didn't think they would end up winning that Champions League as well. But overall, a good game, we would say, and hopefully some good European games for me and for you and for Judo. I don't know about Titan as well, but at least
I mean, we cannot have any worse than what happened in the finals. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as much as Tenzin's saying though, they should have the aspiration to go back to back. They should be aiming to do that. They should have the motivation.
Yeah.
They should try to like.
But the thing is, it's always. I'll say another thing. This also applies to league titles and everything. It's always easier to win something. It's always harder to maintain it. It's always harder to keep it. That's also why. Like that's also why I just don't have them going back to back. Ultimately. Like.
Okay, so
that's Real Madrid.
Okay, so let's talk about because let's talk about the Champions League favorites. So what are the Champions League favorites we have this season?
Right now, I think a lot of people are saying Barcelona because look how good Barcelona were last season.
Liverpool is also another one.
Liverpool's up there.
Real Madrid is naturally always going to be in the conversation.
Real Madrid, obviously. I think in terms of the Italian clubs this year, I really
none
don't
of
see
them.
any.
None of them.
None of them.
Okay, you know what? People are
I
gonna
think-
call me biased as hell. You know what? I'll say this: we have the biggest point to prove though in Italy from the Italian clubs. Let's be honest, Atalanta's not gonna do anything. Napoli and UCL.
Yeah.
Juve, yeah. We have
you
the
guys-
most proof to prove. So maybe I'm not saying we're gonna do, we're
I
gonna
mean-
do the final thing,
Yeah.
but I just think we have the most to prove. So I just feel like that's gonna work in our favor.
Yeah. What about Bayern, guys? Are we sleeping on
Yeah,
Bayern?
they're the only. I think they're the only German club that you can consider.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Bayern
It's
Munich,
I
but
don't
it's
think
like,
I don't
But
think
it's not the Bayern Munich that
It's-
we
No.
saw in
Yeah.
2013 or 20.
yeah.
for me it's between probably Madrid, Liverpool, and PSG.
Oh, what about City? Our City and Arsenal.
I think-
Man,
Arsenal. I think no.
Okay,
Actually-
no, actually, we're forgetting one.
Actually, here's
Can I
my
say it?
shout. Here's my shout. Chelsea.
Oh, I was about to say
Oh,
actually. I was about to say
Chelsea's
Chelsea.
a
You
good
read
pick.
my mind. I was about to
Chelsea's
Chelsea
say
actually
is a really good tournament team now.
they're a very exactly. That's actually I was about to say that actually. I was literally about. I even tweeted many times like they can be a sneaky team. Like I have them fourth in the Premier League. I have them finishing fourth. But I even said like I think they're more of a cup team than a league team.
Yeah.
I'm not
And-
saying they're gonna win it, by the way, but
Yeah.
that's a
So
that,
you're
that's
telling
I
me.
think-
So you're telling me Alejandro Garnacho is going to be a Champions League winner in 12 months.
Oh no.
well, here's the thing, guys. Remember 2021? Man, Chelsea were so bad the first half.
2012 also. Underdog Chelsea's a thing, y'all. Underdog Chelsea's a thing.
And then the second half, they win the Champions League.
Underdog
like-
Chelsea is a thing. Do not underestimate.
And
them.
we were just discussing it. Like, just because you win the Champions doesn't mean you're the best team from start to finish.
No, it's about moments. It's about taking your moments.
But in my opinion, in the knockouts, if Cole Palmer has a bad game, I think they go out in the knockouts.
I mean, Chelsea's a good pick, though. I think I could. So for me, my favorites are Liverpool, Barca, PSG, Real Madrid, Chelsea. Those are my 5 favorites.
I don't know if I would put Chelsea as a favorite. I just think they're a big dark horse.
A dark horse, you could say.
Dark horse.
Maybe dark horse. Maybe dark
Because
horse.
I'm gonna be honest now. Let's be honest. Chelsea's team is not better than Manchester City's.
No,
It's probably not even better than Arsenal.
The reason why-
Arsenal in Europe, we already know.
yeah, like my picks would be Real, Liverpool, and PSG because I only put Liverpool in the English clubs because I just think with Man City, I don't know about them because the thing is they've gotten good players like Reinders and Cherky, but they're bringing in those players to replace Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne. You have to and that'll be a lot of pressure for them, and I think they can live up to that pressure, but I don't think they'll hit the ground running.
You know what's crazy? They haven't even signed a center back.
That's another thing. They need to get a center back. I think they're
they aren't good at the back as well, and Edison's a bit dodgy. And and with Arsenal, I think they have a very good team. But for me, they'll go all out for the Premier League this year. I don't see them going.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is why I just feel like Chelsea, they have good enough to make top 4. I just don't think they're winning the league. So they might be like, hey, why not? Why don't we try our luck? Why don't we try to go on a European run? I just
I remember.
I'm kidding.
Newcastle.
I would say this with us: just make the knockouts, like top 24, at minimum.
I'll be PSG 4-0 again.
I mean, my expectation is I just hope Inter can make quarterfinals at least. Anything after that, it's like okay. Then everything after just a bonus.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals I'll take.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, but the thing is, it's gonna be interesting. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I do feel like the Champions League this season will be very interesting because I feel like I think it's gonna be more competitive than last season. I think we're gonna see a lot better teams. Like I think Real Madrid will do better.
6
I think
English.
Bayern will do better. I believe.
6. Oh yes, Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs.
Yeah. I think we could also see like Napoli maybe could do something.
No, they're not doing anything, bro. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you. I know Conte too well, bro. I know him too well. Napoli fans, they're hoping for a back-to-back Scudetto. Nah, they're not gonna do anything.
Okay, there is a possibility. You can't rule it out. Okay, there's a slim possibility.
Okay, if there's a possibility, then Newcastle can win the
And it's
Champions
the same. But even Club Brugge has a possibility. So what's the?
Like we've beaten Barcelona in the Champions League night. We've beaten PSG.
Newcastle.
Yeah, we beaten Barcelona one time.
They did. Aspria hat trick.
Aspria hat trick.
Yeah.
Lukaku masterclass and the final.
Oh, for the opposite.
Napoli.
By the
Oh
way.
yeah, dude, Napoli have De Bruyne as well.
Oh my jeez. That'd be really funny though. Imagine like Lukaku wins the Champions League with Napoli after he couldn't do
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm definitely not turning on again. I'm definitely never coming back again. That's not happening. Just saying. I know that guy too well. Anyways.
Motivation plus harmony will be needed. Ryan Sterling, CL winner 2026. Oh my jeez.
Nah.
Portugal will get his medal too.
I feel like people are just hyping up Napoli, bro. I'm telling you, it's Napoli. They don't do good in Europe. Like they don't do good in Europe.
Atletico's a good shout actually, but
Atletico Madrid.
Marseille.
Marseille.
That's a random Marseille right there. I'm sorry.
Finished last season.
Isak winner to knock Liverpool out of the quarterfinals.
Oh nah,
that will be there.
We don't play for them ever again.
We'll see what happens by April next year.
The rider.
No, he's not. I don't want to see this Napoli hype right now.
Dude, did you see his miss against Wolves last season? My God.
Deserves to come back. How good is KDB nowadays, though? He's finished last match.
Well, I mean, Serie A is better.
Yeah, he suits Serie A a bit more. It's less fast paced.
Well, but yeah. Anyways, I think to round off here, guys, I think next season's Champions League will be very interesting. I think we're going to see a lot of big teams do well, and I think we're going to see. And I think some teams from last season that did well may flop this next season.
And some teams that flopped next season and last season may do better than this season. Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for PSG as a seven, congratulations on winning the UEFA Super Cup. And let's see, man, can they do the mission impossible by winning back-to-back trebles and back-to-back Champions Leagues? We'll see.
Okay, back-to-back trebles. Sure. I mean, to be fair, in Ligue 1.
Yeah, but I mean, bro, Ligue 1.
Okay, back-to-back trebles has never happened.
Well, yeah, he has to win. They have to win a UCL for that.
So, like, it's never happened.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're guaranteed to win Ligue 1 and probably the cups in France anyway.
Yeah,
before the ball is kicked.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, but honestly, do those? I'm gonna ask though. This might sound like hella copium, but whenever like PSG, or especially when Bayern Munich won those UCLs, is there a big asterisk on them because they're in much monopoly leagues? Or do you all think?
I don't put asterisks.
Okay, it's just coping. That's just copium already. That's someone. Yeah.
Are Barca going to bring us someone to replace Diego Martinez? Unfortunately, no.
Oh wow! Wait, so your signings are only Rashford's the only signing or someone?
And Garcia.
And you're not even registering about it, bro.
Bro, if we have Peña in the Champions League, we're not making. We're definitely not winning this.
Maybe
Rooney Barge. Rooney Barge, I forgot about him. Yeah, we also signed him as well.
Oh yeah, Araujo. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Barca's not gonna do anything in UCL if he starts.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. When is that? By the way, when is the Champions League draw? Actually,
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh, hopefully,
yeah, August 28th. I'm pretty sure.
Hopefully, Newcastle gets 2 away trips in Spain, so I have a chance.
We're pretty much guaranteed to play against 2 English teams and I think 2 Spanish teams. And I have a sneaky feeling they're gonna give us PSG just to haunt us even more, just to traumatize us even more.
And we'll be playing. And we'll be playing the
Please be Real Madrid away for me, please. I would love to go.
And why you guys?
The thing is, if you're in Real Madrid away, I don't know if you're gonna expect a kind scoreline, but I guess you don't.
August 28th. So, guys, that's gonna be the next stream on here, guys. We're gonna do a stream on August 28th. We're gonna look at the Champions League draw, guys.
And while you guys travel all over Europe, I'll be watching my team playing the mighty.
Yeah, same here.
Grimsby Town.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting, man. The Champions League.
I actually do wonder how Amorim's United would have done in UCL.
Okay, actually, before we round up, guys, let's actually look at the pots real quick for the Champions League. Let's actually look at the pots.
Yeah. I know that Barca and Inter are pot 1. I'm pretty sure.
Spurs would be as well.
Yeah. Who invited Dortmund?
Okay, so PSG, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern, Liverpool, Inter, Chelsea. Oh wow, Chelsea's pot 1.
Wait, why are Spurs there? Shouldn't they be in pot 1 because they won the Europa League?
I think it just works differently now. Oh, by the way, not all the teams are confirmed because there's the final phase
playoffs.
of
We still have 7 playoff teams. But anyways, Chelsea, Dortmund. Wait, Chelsea's in part 1?
Yeah.
Oh, Club
They
World
won
Cup.
in 2021. That's why I think.
Yeah.
Wait,
and they
oh,
won the Conference League.
What? That's stupid. That's a stupid rule.
Dortmund is in part 1?
Made the final last year.
Yeah.
That's a stupid. But why?
Bro,
So-
how are we even part 1 after that final?
Wait, so
Barca.
it's based on coefficient, not actual. league.
Coefficient.
Yeah,
coefficient.
I mean,
That's why
the thing is, the
Newcastle
coefficient
the worst.
points don't take into account the results themselves. They just take into the numerical results. So otherwise, we probably wouldn't be here. But it's
Basically
the
based on
coefficient
the-
says Inter made 2 finals. It doesn't say Inter made 2 finals, so
Right.
one of them got destroyed 5-0.
I don't like that personally. Like I prefer the results.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me Dortmund is higher ranked than Barca?
I mean, Barca haven't made a final in 10 years. So,
It'll be 11.
but I can't lie though. AD Barca's history in Europe in the last 10 years, you cannot deny, has been really embarrassing. So I think it really puts you down a lot.
You even lost to
Yeah,
Man
all right.
United in one of those seasons.
Wait, where is it actually? How is Atalanta top 2? Oh, Europa League. They won the Europa League.
So Arsenal, Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Atalanta, Villarreal. Villarreal part 2. Wow. Bro, even Villarreal.
But they won
Why
the
are you in
UEFA,
top 2 though?
and they made the semis of the Champions League the year after.
Frankfurt, Spurs.
Juve are only there because they're a name. Let's be honest. You haven't done anything in Europe for so long now.
PSV, Ajax, Napoli, Sporting, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Marseille, Monaco, Galatasaray, USG, Bilbao, and Newcastle.
Newcastle are 83rd in coefficient. That is.
Wow.
I mean,
That's
the only
actually
team-
okay. Am I stupid, or why does pot 4 look stronger than pot 3? Am I the only one that feels like that? I mean, look at that.
I mean, maybe. So for Newcastle, we can't get any English club. So we're getting PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern, Inter, Dortmund, or Barcelona. We're playing at least 2
You're
of
definitely
those.
gonna get one of those. Actually, probably 3 of those, honestly,
Oh,
because
God.
you're pot 4.
Wait, but how are the Union Saint Gilo above Bilbao and Newcastle?
Union Saint Gilloise is like
Because they
Yeah,
played
they
in
play-
Europe more.
Yeah, they played in Europe a lot of seasons.
Because
Wow, really
Atletico only really played Europe since last season, really.
Yeah.
And same for us.
yeah, they're
on
not
the-
there. I'm actually kind of curious though. Man,
Oh, by the way, Spurs could also be pot 3. It says right there.
Oh yeah, they can be pot 2 as well. Yeah, see, this is why it's not done yet. Monaco could be pot 3.
Or pot 4.
But pot 1 is pretty much confirmed. Pot 2 is
Yeah,
almost 90%
Yeah.
confirmed, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
By the way,
everyone
maybe.
who wins the playoffs goes into pot 4.
Yeah.
So-
By the way, maybe my Discord server will do like a simulation of the old format and see how it goes to the old group stage format and see how it goes. If you guys are interested, so we might do that. But as we're around,
I don't think we play Chelsea or Liverpool. I think we're gonna get PSG probably. I think Barca Inter might just happen because they just because of reasons. Yeah, because of that.
Okay, you know what? Actually, you know what? While Doodle's doing that, let's go around the room. Except you. I guess teachers. We're gonna do a dream draw we're gonna talk about what teams do we think we're gonna get. I'll start first. Barca, I think we're gonna get. I got a feeling we're gonna get Chelsea. I got this feeling we're gonna get Chelsea, and I think we're gonna get Inter. I have a feeling we're gonna get Inter and Chelsea. Pot 2, I think we're gonna get. I think we'll get Frankfurt. I think we're gonna get Frankfurt.
Really, for the reasons. I can see you getting Juve. I can see you getting Juventus.
Juventus. I could also see.
Actually, also, I would love to see Barcelona, Arsenal, and see if
that
Arsenal
can happen. Actually, that's actually. Wait, which part is Arsenal? I forgot. Oh, they're pot 2.
Pot 2.
Now, but AD, the thing is, you got to take into account there's 6 English teams. You're pretty much guaranteed to get an English team. Like it's pretty much very likely.
Almost, yeah. Like
okay,
yeah.
and the pot 3, I'll just say Spurs. I guess. I don't know
fair enough.
Spurs, and then you know what? I'm gonna say Napoli. I think we'll get Napoli.
You're not gonna get 3 Italian teams. Let's be honest. That's not gonna happen now.
Oh yeah, 3. Oh sorry. Then we'll say Marseille.
actually, Ajax would be at Barcelona. Ajax.
Ooh, Ajax.
Haha, the history. I mean, probably.
Okay, and then pot 4. This is difficult. We don't really have much options. I'll say Galatasaray, and I guess Newcastle.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
All right, Doodle man, give us your teams.
Okay. So I think we're gonna get an English team in pot 1. Like I think it's gonna be an away trip. I think we're either gonna go away to Stamford Bridge or we're gonna go away to Anfield. I think we're gonna get Liverpool or Chelsea. And then for home game, I think we're either going to get PSG because the storyline behind everything, like, or we're probably going to get Barcelona because, again, UEFA, like, again, because of that. From pot 2, I can see us play Atletico Madrid away, because we lost to them last year. I can kind of see it. I can actually kind of almost see it. And I don't think we're getting Arsenal. We played Arsenal last year, so last season, I should say, not last year. I think our Atletico and maybe Leverkusen. Nah, I'm gonna say from pot 2 we get Atletico and we get like Frankfurt, I suppose. Pot 3, I think Spurs is a pretty likely one. I'm gonna say Spurs we get, and I'm gonna say we get probably gonna be either Ajax or Marseille. That's my thinking. And then pot 4, I'm gonna say, I feel like there's no way we don't go without a Spanish team. So I'm gonna say Bilbao we get from pot 4, and I'm gonna say someone from that hasn't qualified yet fully, like someone that,
of the.
I'm gonna say who. If Fenerbahce make it, I think it's gonna be that.
Oh, Fenerbahce, Mourinho.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, I kind of want that to happen now. That would be really nice.
But they have
Yeah.
For me, this is only like personal preferences of what I want. Part 1, the Newcastle home game, I would love it to be PSG.
Ooh.
The away game, Real Madrid, please. I would love that. I would go to Madrid. Part 2, home game. Let's do black and white all over. Black and white, Juventus at St. James's. And then away.
You can beat them, by the way, if you're at St. James's Park.
Probably. And then away from part 2. I'm pretty sure we could just go to Madrid again. So Atleti away. Part 3.
But I feel like it's more likely you're going to go to Villarreal at that point.
Yeah. Part 3. Home game. Let's do PSV. I think we have a history with them back in 2003 or something. Away. Let's see how we deal with Napoli away. Why not?
Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough.
Let's see how we do.
Napoli in Europe, to be fair, but like, Maradona Stadium is pretty tough.
Yeah. And then part 4, home game against Paphos of the Cypriot League.
Oh yeah.
The Red Star Belgrade. Away game. I would love to see us try Galatasaray away. I would love to see that.
That's hard.
I would love
actually Galatasaray away. I would actually say right now is arguably the hardest trip there. Like for
you can ask.
That's
you can ask TTNS, man. He knows how it is.
Dude, we would have won if not for Onana, dude.
Oh yeah, Onana. Like I think Galatasaray or Fenerbahce away would be very, very scary for any because Turkish fans, they're pretty crazy. That's a very crazy. That's a scary place.
Imagine it's Olympiacos and Galatasaray together.
Oh my geez.
I mean, we have seen Olympiacos and Fenerbahce play against each other, right? I think in Europe, like a few years ago.
Yeah.
So it can happen.
Yeah. All right, let's round us up, man. Barca, but for Fernandes play for them preseason. Argentina, Barca, man. Argentina also has a lot of Fernandes too. You make really coefficient really falling off.
Yeah, because they haven't done anything. So yeah.
And they missed
I think Benfica Rangers will make it out of the playoffs. I prefer 8 groups of 4. Same here, man. Same here, but
I actually like the format.
Yeah, but I feel like different format. I'm getting used to it now. Like
I actually like it. You have different.
I mean, playing too much FM also helps because you have to see it a lot. But yeah.
But hey, we can always do it our own. We can always fake it. I'm going to do a fake version probably. So we can always do that for fun. But imagine we have this in the old group, old style guys. PSG, Atletico, Napoli, Newcastle. Oh, that would be very
What's funny is we nearly got that technically. Like we almost got that, because we got PSG and Newcastle in that year. Napoli, instead of Napoli, you got Milan. And I guess, inside Atletico was Dortmund. But we actually got very close to that kind of a group.
Okay, guys. Okay, so that group would have been interesting, guys. Which teams do you guys think would have advanced if that group?
PSG, Newcastle.
PSG and Atleti from there.
Just don't finish bottom again, even if we beat PSG.
Don't worry, Napoli and Conte finished with us bottom when we had Borussia Mönchengladbach and Shakhtar Donetsk. So don't worry.
I would say PSG first. I'll probably say Atleti second.
Yeah.
I mean, we lost.
And the third, I'll say Newcastle.
Good.
I'll say Newcastle.
Napoli will get fourth in there.
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I think we're going to wrap it off here, guys. So like I said, the next stream will be here will be the Champions League draw reaction. And of course, at the end of the month, guys, when is the last day of this month? Let me check.
31st.
Official tier list. We're going to be doing a tier list. So we're going to be doing do a power rankings at the end of every month. Do a live stream for it. I think it'll be more fun, interactive, and they'll be very heated. I think I'll be more interested in like doing monthly
power rankings for European football, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, power rankings for European football. August 31st.
Oh yeah. I get to criticize Inter live.
Yeah. So subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified, and of course like the stream as well. Helps the algorithm. You guys like and subscribe, become a member of the channel, get access to members' videos, member streams, and all good stuff. And also you can ask a question, members exclusive as well. I answer it on there. And yeah, I think we'll round off here, guys. So you guys have any final thoughts before we round off?
I think Newcastle will win the Champions League comfortably.
Oh yeah. All right, I think this is the final, guys. Newcastle versus Napoli. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here.
Yeah,
in Budapest.
I'm supporting the tune. I'm supporting the Geordies.
Yeah, he'll finally wear black and white.
Dana Byrne, last minute winner. We will be there. The header like against Liverpool.
Okay, guys. I know it's off here, but imagine we actually get a Newcastle Napoli final. That would be a very interesting final. I'd love to see that actually. Not even not even joking around. Like that would be a very interesting final.
That would be so funny though. Now you know what would be the funniest? Atletico Arsenal final. The world might end.
And I need Atletico to win that.
Yeah, because if Arsenal win it, I'm telling you, if Arsenal ever win the Champions League, they will not stop talking about it ever.
Oh, actually, Tanner has got to go. Arsenal Spurs final. And bro, Spurs win the Champions League over Arsenal. Oh my jeez. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Okay, you know what? Actually, before we round off, since we just got this combo, let's do a round of final thing for sure. What will be our dream Champions League final?
I mean,
that does not include your teams.
Can I do it for both?
No problem for me.
For both.
And let's just do non-teams. Let's just do non-teams.
Okay, fine.
Make it interesting. Okay, so for me, I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna go at Newcastle Napoli. I'm actually gonna go with that.
Okay.
Guaranteed a new winner. So.
Then actually, why not? I love to see Arsenal Spurs final, just to see which fan base cries.
I was about to mention that one. I was about to mention that one.
Spurs final, but this time it's Arsenal Spurs.
This El Clasico.
Ooh, El Clasico.
Pick. You took my pick. I was gonna say, okay, no, I'm gonna switch it up then. Yeah, okay, you know what?
Milan derby.
We should have gotten it in 2015. We'll blame you. Anyways, what do I plan in that case? Oh, okay. You know what I think we should? I think there's a final that I think is overdue. I feel like a Bayern Munich Real Madrid final has to happen one day because they've played each other most times.
I couldn't handle that final. I couldn't handle it.
Okay, you can handle a El Clasico final then? Is that better? I could not handle a Milan Juve final. What's funny is that happened. I wasn't even born when that happened. So at least there's that.
Thankfully, I don't have to worry about Sunderland. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually, I just have another one. Real Madrid PSG final.
Ooh, and man, that's too boring.
It's
really
kind of boring.
Man, like all this Mbappe thing, they're just gonna make it about Mbappe. It's gonna be like
Mbappe.
Actually, Chelsea Arsenal would also be good.
Chelsea
actually dunk on Arsenal.
Wait! I just realized where are what the Champions League final being played?
Budapest. It's in Budapest.
Oh, okay. It's no home
Okay.
advantage.
All right.
Yeah.
Atletico Arsenal will be pretty cool too. I think Atletico Arsenal will be also pretty interesting as well.
That would be a funny as hell final.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I think we're round up here, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy today's stream. We just reached the hour mark for today, so I think it's a good time to wrap it up. So, like I said, guys, we have 2 streams upcoming: August 28th and August 31st. So when is the 28th? So 28th is the Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. And the 31st is Sunday. So that'll be the next 2 streams, guys. You're gonna have to wait a long while, but those 2 streams will be definitely be fun. So I think we're around up. You guys, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later, man. On the next one. Peace out.
We are winning the championship.